Okay. Um, Hello everyone. This presentation is going to be in philosophy and education. Background, my name is Miguel Lankin. I have a background in graphic design, studio arts, and history from both Chaffey College and Cal State Fullerton. Um, and my goal is to become a social science slash history teacher slash professor, be able to teach concepts and themes to my students in a way which is understandable, relatable, and effectively to their education goals. My educational philosophy, after taking the survey from chapter 9, is essentialism, which consists of the students obtaining a core of knowledge that is essential to their academic journey and life beyond schooling. Implementing essentialism in education is benefitable because this knowledge will help them traverse through life easier, making the 12 plus years of school be worth it at the end of the day, meaning they're gonna be able to learn skills and tactics that will help them maybe in the workforce, in their family, or just in life in general. Opinions on my own philosophy. The assessment that I used was kind of surprising to me as I was reading the chapter, I kind of leaned more on the progressivism a bit more, but it made more sense once I did some self-reflection because I'm somebody who is very straightforward. I believe that some things are more important than others, but some things aren't less than others. An example I give here is if a student is interested in music, they should be allowed to take more than one vis they should only be allowed to take one visual art course instead of the required two. Taking two of the required ones, the student's probably not going to be able to succeed, going to be disinterested. So making that exception and giving them an additional music course is going to be beneficial for them because they're going to continue um, in classes. They're going to enroll in classes they're interested in, which will increase their academic success. Role of education. The role of education is quite important not only for academics but for the development of students. Skills and lessons taught in class can improve their critical thinking skills and analyzation of a concept or problems. A role of a teacher is to help students in with whatever they need, whether that be homework or behavioral problems. Teach the lesson, be able to teach the lesson in a way that kids understand and are going to be engaged. Be someone students can rely on. Be able to create a safe space for your students to be themselves and be able to express their feelings, whether something is going on outside of the classroom, such as in the lunchroom or even at home. And a role of a student, learn the lesson, be able to pay attention, take notes, ask questions. A lot of kids are often don't ask questions because they feel like they're going to be embarrassed or it's going to be a dumb question. But it kind of goes hand in hand with the role of teacher, be able to create a space where asking questions is acceptable and enhance their knowledge, meaning that they are going to sit down and learn the concept, not only just listen to it. I'm going to be, like I said previously, my goal is to teach history slash social sciences, and some of my objectives would be have the students analyze why certain history occurred, such as when it happened, what year or era, why it happened, what led up to the events, and how it happened, what happened during the events, and the events that made it have such an impact in history that we still teach it to this day. And then who I am going to teach, the main group that I plan on teaching is adolescents and young adults. This group is a bit tricky due to their cognitive development and vulnerable nature. A careful but firm approach is balance that is achievable to optimize the environment of the classroom, meaning that you can't really be too hard on these kids because they will just shut down on you. And that's the worst thing that could happen in the classroom, a student shutting down and you're just gonna be teaching somebody who's mentally checked out and just a warm body in the room, but basically nothing going on upstairs anymore. And but also be firm because you can't let the kids walk all over you, especially teenagers and adolescents. They're pretty difficult to deal with in general. So um, setting up those boundaries for them to kind of know what's you know what's up. In other words It's gonna be not only um beneficial to you, but also for them because they're gonna start learning boundaries and respecting authoritative figures, which they usually don't. But that it's the job of the teacher. And how I'm going to teach, teaching content with a clear explanation for the students to understand, set a clear timeline of events, and have them connect the dots essentially while learning about it. What I mean by this is history could be kind of complex, kind of tricky sometimes, the way you explain it. Be able to explain it clearly in a way that they understand it, and then have them kind of analyze the event and have them think why, like I said, going back to these slides, oops, why happened, when, how, all those questions that usually are just kind of like briefed over. Have them figure it out with my assistant, but also have them actually be able to sit down, study, read while I still provide help along the way. It's a good way to do it. One way would be, for example, introducing, say, um, World War One. I can explain what World War One was, and then have them do activities of how was Europe a year before World War One? What were some political movements going on? And then what happened during World War One? How many casualties happened? Certain battles of importance, and then the aftermath. What happened to Europe after World War One? So it would be kind of be things like that, where we take an event and kind of dissect it further. The some concluding thought is that um, kids are gonna learn only if it's being taught right, because not only is their attention span super short, but they're thinking of a million other things while sitting in that desk. They're not only going to be focused on you, but they're going to be focused on what their friends said or like what their parents said, or, and just miscellaneous thoughts in their heads. So teaching what's also important for them, letting them know this is going to be essential for your life, and it's good to having your knowledge. We'll give them a bit more motivation as well to keep learning and being able to keep them engaged and set up a friendly yet firm environment will be the best to optimize their learning and development. Thank you.